with a chance to get the last shot and take the lead to end the quarter.
And they will get it into Beckstead, and lucky that official was paying attention to the clock because that would have been over and back. She had not established position. Beckstead driving in, tried to leave it for Dupler through three girls, and now I believe that is Clark bringing it ahead, and that is tipped out of play by Dupler, and it'll be 1 second left for Indian Creek, so it's got to be a catch-and-shoot situation, and a quick one at that. As Jones checks in, I wonder if they'll just try to go directly to Jones here.
I was going to say, that's what I would do. Try to get
And
your
Sheridan
big girl
smartly going to double here. Well, maybe not. They're going to double Kiger. And now Walter's telling him no. Double Taylor or Jones. Trying to get it in. Jones, they get it into Kiger. Kiger turns and shoots, and that's off the back of the rim. 11-10. Indian Creek with the lead over Sheridan. And all in all, with how bad Sheridan had played, coming out of that down one is a win.
I mean, Faith right now is 0 for 5 from the field. So with Faith not getting any offense from our inside post presence and only being down one, it's got to be at least not good news for the Generals, but hey, we weathered that first quarter. Now let's get back on track. For the Redskins, all their offenses come from Jones and Taylor. Jones has 6 points and Taylor has 5. Kiger has been held to two shot attempts. She did attempt that last second shot there, but 2 shot attempts in the first quarter.
Becksted's done a pretty good job on her tonight. Beckstead and Conrad, but Conrad got in a little bit of foul trouble there. She's got 2. And as a result, she will start on the bench for the second quarter, where Sheridan gets possession down 11-10. Sheridan wearing their away red uniforms, and Indian Creek wearing their home whites. Beckstead bringing it ahead. They get it to face Stinson. Stinson guarded by Jones. Stinson will drive in, shoot, and make the bucket, and that's Sheridan's first lead of the night. First lead change. Jones bringing it ahead. Jones just driving in, takes another shot that is you just live with if that one goes in.
Yeah, that
13-12.
There was nothing you could do. That was just one of those things. It was good defense, and she made the shot.
Dupler has it, and she'll swing it around. Sheridan again gives it to Dupler. Beckstead driving in. Beckstead gets stopped, and Miller will fill up to get the ball. Robinette going to take a 3. Robinette too strong off the back side of the rim and grabbed by Clark. Clark averaging 10 points a game. Will leave it for Copeland, who missed that shot, and that will go out of play and be Sheridan possession. Jamison Stinson checks in for Sarah Robinette. Sheridan down 13-12. And if Travis shows the scoreboard and you see Blue Devils and guest, Indian Creek is the Blue Devils, Sheridan is the guest. Beckstead bringing it up for the Generals. Miller looking to get it into Stinson. Can't do it. Now they find Jamison Stinson. Volleyball line 3! Yes. Off the back of the rim and in. Sheridan up 2. Jamison Stinson with 9 points.
You can just see that developing, coming up through the zipper screen to get the 3-point attempt from the top of the key.
Mackenzie Taylor now leaves it to Jones, who banks it in on the bunny, and we are tied at 15. I believe that's the first time we've been tied in this game.
It is.
Jamison Stinson's got it back. She gives it to Abby Dupler. Dupler gives it to Stinson. Another 3. No good. Rebounded by Beckstead. Beckstead lays it up, lays it in. And Sheridan back up top, 17-15. Jones bringing it ahead, where she'll get double teamed by Miller momentarily, and then they'll back off as Clark gets the ball. Kiger got it. Guarded by Beckstead, and now Taylor has it. And that pass taken away. Jamison Stinson's got it, and Sheridan, I believe, going to slow it down now on offense. They find Kinsey Miller open for 3, though. And that one off the back of the rim,
nice
grabbed
look from the corner
by Taylor. It wasn't that is a look you want,
yes,
especially with her. Kiger bringing it up for Indian Creek. They tried a backdoor play, couldn't do it. Now they get back to Kiger. Kiger trying to go past Beckstead. A pass tipped away by Abby Dupler, and Beckstead comes up with it. Sheridan's defense done a nice job since the 9-3 lead.
Yeah.
Just 6 points. Sheridan on a 14-6 run. Kinsey Miller open again. That time she didn't shoot the three, and Sheridan looks a little confused. But essentially what it looks like they're doing is running a box and 2 on Stinson right now. Dupler's got
Triangle 2 there.
Triangle 2, right. And Miller misses the three. Rebounded by
rebound
Dupler.
by Dupler.
Dupler has that pass tipped away, and it will be Sheridan possession. That went through the hands. Beckstead let it be. And that'll go out of play for a baseline out as Robinette checks in for Dupler. And that might be because Indian Creek essentially went to a triangle and 2. Robinette offers a little bit more of an outside shooting threat than Dupler does. And Sheridan leaves it for Stinson now. Stinson and the general is going to pass it around the arc. And it's essentially forced back to one girl guarding Faye Stinson.
Oh, backdoor, backside.
They had Miller there. They couldn't find her. Couldn't get it to her. Beckstead driving in. Now leaves it for Kinsey Miller, who goes driving a wide open lane and hit it off the back of the backboard. And out of play, Indian Creek ball. But I like that setup. They had multiple opportunities, and I believe a timeout's going to be called by Indian Creek now because they can't leave that.
No.
That cannot stay that way. And it'll be a full timeout. Your home, car, and business are important investments that need protection. Have you thought about your insurance coverage lately? Locally owned and operated Wickard Insurance can help you protect what's important to you. Conveniently located on Columbus Street in Somerset, our staff is happy to help you with all your home, auto, life, and commercial insurance needs. Contact Kevin Howell or Jason Barrera today for a no-obligation insurance review or visit us on the web at wickard.com. If you're Indian Creek now, though, what do you do to combat where now Sheridan looking at who's sitting down, still has 4 girls that can shoot the three on the floor?
But
you can't double-team Faith, though. Or, I mean, you have to double-team Faith, though. You can't leave her.
They have to double-team Faith. Right now, the only girl that has hit a three is Jamison.
That is true. But
so until somebody else shoots them out of that, they may stay in it.
Stay in it? All right. It'll be Indian
It'd
Creek
be interesting because
ball.
Faith is only 1 of 6 from the field, so there's also that.
Yes, but I believe if you leave her, she's going to her percentage is going to get a little bit
it's
better.
going to go up, but
Kiger to inbound it for Indian Creek, who trails the Sheridan Generals here 17-15 midway through the second quarter. And they're content with Jones just having that ball out there. Clark guarded by Miller. Clark trying to drive in off the screen. And a little bit of tangled up there. No foul called on either side. Jones trying to drive in on Stinson. Kicks it out where they try to get it in to Taylor. And then just the bucket there. Or sorry, the missed shot attempt by Copeland. Rebounded by Jamison Stinson. Beckstead in the general is going to push pace. Beckstead leaves it. Face Stinson for 3. That's off the front of the rim. And grabbed by Jones.
They definitely like to get the ball to Jones in that high elbow area and then try to backdoor off of that. They've attempted that 3 or 4 times so far, and we'll see if they continue to come back to that.
And Coach Walters and Wolf as Kiger shoots the 3. That one off the front of the rim and out of play, so it'll be sharing possession. Every time they've done that, you can hear Coach Walters and Wolf yelling, backdoor, backdoor, backdoor.
They get her in that high elbow area. There are going to be backdoor cuts from the wings on either side.
Faye Stinson to inbound it to Beckstead. Grace Conrad checking in for the first time this quarter, and Abby Dupler back into the game as well. They try to get it into Faith Stinson, and they let Jamison go by. Faith gets double teamed. Beckstead comes over to grab the ball. Now they're going to set a screen there, and Beckstead gets around, but then didn't look at the basket. She had the wide open basket. Instead gave it to Dupler, who missed the shot. 17-15 still with 3 minutes remaining in the half.
Don't know that she expected it to come that open when she drove under there and saw Abby just waiting at the free throw line, and that's a high percentage shot. Abby's a good free throw shooter, so.
Haley, she leads the team in free throw percentage, by the way. Sheridan playing great defense has not really Indian Creek has not played or not had a great shot attempt in a while.
No.
As I stutter my way through that sentence, that goes out of play. Speaking of which, and it'll be shared in possession on the turnover. Faye Stenson inbounds it to Beckstead, and Beckstead brings it ahead.
A couple of the girls for Indian Creek, I can tell, might be getting a little bit tired. I saw Clark signal for a sub.
Beckstead misses the shot, and Kiger rebounds it. Indian Creek, Coach F told me they only play 6 girls. That's all they play as they get it in to Taylor there, and she lays it up and in, and we're tied at 17. 17 all, 2 minutes left. Beckstead bringing it ahead for Sheridan. Jamison Stinson got it, 3 on the way, dead ahead and drains it. Give her 4 on the evening.
She was shooting that before she caught it. I mean, she's just feeling it after the last game. And
Jones
so far
spin moves
tonight,
denied
nice
by
block
Stinson.
Faith.
Sheridan, 4 on 2, bring it ahead. Jamison Stinson almost has it taken away, and now she will have that taken away by Clark. Clark feeds it ahead, but then it's taken right back by Beckstead. Beckstead going in one-on-one, gets fouled, and that is on Taylor, which will be her first, and Beckstead goes the line. Sheridan up 3, their largest lead to this point in the game. Taylor's first, team's third, and Beckstead, who shoots 62% from the line, goes to shoot 2. First one off the back of the rim and in. Kenzie Miller checks in for the Generals for Conrad, and Abby Starkey back in for Indian Creek. And you can hear the Indian Creek coach saying something to Kiger. It looked like Kiger may have asked for a sub, and he may have said
no.
Nope. Beckstead makes them both. She's 2 for 2. The lead's now 5 for Sheridan. Jones bringing it ahead. 90 seconds remaining in the half. Stinson's done a nice job when she's on Jones, really shutting Jones down.
Yeah, she has.
Starkey throws it across where it's picked off by Beckstead. Beckstead and Kiger in a foot race. Beckstead wins that one. She lays it up. She lays it in. And the lead's now 7. Minute 14 left. Do you call a timeout here if you're Indian Creek, or do you wait till the half goes out? It's already 7.
Things don't go their way this possession. I would definitely be considering
Starkey gets blocked by Dupler, and then the rebound there by Taylor, and then missed the shot, rebounded by Stinson. 55 seconds left. Beckstead pushing it ahead. Kinsey Miller, 3 on the way. Bang! Push the lead to double digits. 45 seconds remaining. 27-17. Copeland has the ball. They get it into Starkey, who lays it up, lays it in, so the lead's back to 8. 32.
Much needed bucket there for the Redskins.
Seconds remaining, and Walters, I believe Sheridan may slow it down here and wait. Doesn't look like they are, though, with 20 seconds left. Up 8, and now they pull it back out.
Yeah.
15 seconds left. You want to run your play at 8. They're down to 11. Sheridan setting up the play now. 8 seconds. There it is. There they go. And Beckstead just going to go in herself. And I believe that went tipped out of play, so a half a second left.
Yeah, they were trying to get that zipper screen action to get Jamison free up top, and did not.
It's got to be.
Yeah, they jumped at that time.
It's got to be a tip to Faith. Half a second left. 27-19 the score. Sheridan over Indian Creek. They throw it up to Stinson. Stinson tips it up, and it falls off the side of the rim. And Sheridan looking for a foul there. I don't know if I would have called one. But 27-19 as we head to the half. Sheridan, a 17-8 quarter.
Yeah, 17-8 that quarter. I was mentioned needing to get Faith heated up to spark the offense. Faith hit a shot to begin the quarter, and then she only had one more attempt the rest of the quarter because, well, we had Miller hit a 3. We had Jamison hit a 3. We had Beckstead pick up a couple drive and layups and a couple from the free throw line. A couple different things took place, but could have been triggered by getting just that touch and a little success with Faith with the ball in her hands, and offense kind of heated up there in the second quarter, which was much needed.
Much needed indeed. Pushed the lead to 8. It was 10 right before the half, but then a bucket by Taylor, I believe.
Yeah, it was Taylor. No, it was Starkey, I think. Starkey might have hit that one. I don't remember.
Big key to the game so far has been the fact that we talked about Indian Creek has 2 1,000-point scorers on their team. The third and fourth 1,000-point scorer in Indian Creek girls history.
Yes.
And one of them has 0 points.
Yeah, one of them has 0 points.
Kiger has not scored yet to this point.
2 shot attempts, a 3, and then that buzzer beater to end the first quarter. So keeping the ball out of her hands, not letting her heat up, has been key to holding the Redskins to 19 points in the first half. I mean, the Redskins should be, if you look at that and they said, Coach, you're going into halftime and you've held Faith Stinson to 2 points, I'm going to think that Coach, is it Eft?
Yeah,
would
Eft.
be pretty happy with that.
Well, let me put it this way. If you told me coming into this game that Kiger and Faith Stinson would have a combined 2 points, I would have said you're nuts.
Yes. Yeah,
And
there's no way I would have seen that coming.
And but credit to the other girls on both teams. I mean, Jones we knew was good. She's got 10 points.
Yeah.
We knew she was good. We talked about it on the top of the broadcast. She's already scored over 400 points this season.
Yeah.
She's already a 1,000-point scorer, close to 1,000 rebounds, and the way she was rebounding in the first half, she may get it in this game. And then Jamison Stinson, we knew she was good.
Yeah, we knew she can score.
And she has, and Beckstead has also stepped up to take her place. For Indian Creek, Mackenzie Taylor averages about 10 points a game.
She
has 7 so far.
Yeah.
So she stepped up in a big way for the Redskins, and to keep this game close where it looked like Sheridan was really pushing the lead there in that late in the second.
Late second quarter, Sheridan got on a run, and they stopped it. Got a stop on the defensive end and bucket on the other end, and that helped stop the bleeding at that point.
The Ohio Army National Guard hopes all fans enjoy tonight's game and wishes the Generals the best of luck. To learn more about education benefits available through service in the Guard, including 100% paid tuition scholarship program, visit nationalguard.com/Ohio or text Sergeant Dustin DeLong 419-651-4587. Sheridan, Indian Creek, regional semifinal matchup. Sheridan has the lead 27-19 at the half. The winner of this one goes on to face the winner of tonight's game, the 8 o'clock game here, of Tri-Valley and Vinton County.
That'll be a good one. That should be a very good game.
If this score holds and Sheridan wins, it will mean no matter what happens on the other side, the Southeast District will either get team to state for the third time in 5 years if Vinton County wins, or if Tri-Valley wins and Sheridan both wins. That means the MVL will get a team to state for the third consecutive season.
That's quite a feat.
That is very impressive.
Yes.
But can't look ahead too far.
No.
It's only an 8-point game here, and Sheridan offensively struggled in the first quarter. Second quarter really came to life. Scored 17 points, won 17-8 that quarter. And story of the game has really been Stinson, but Jamison Stinson for the Generals. She's played well on the defensive end. She's been knocking it home from beyond the arc on the offensive end. Do you have personal stats for us, Rock?
Currently, right now, I have Faith with 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting. Jamison is 4 of 8 for 12 points, including 4 of 6 from the three-point line. Bailey Beckstead has kicked in 8 points, including 3 for 4 shooting and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Conrad with 2, and Kenzie Miller with that 1-3 that was much needed at that time.
That was big. And if you were going to make any of those, that was the one.
Yes.
Push that lead to double digits in the first half.
For the Redskins, we have Mackenzie Taylor has chipped in 7 points. Abby Starkey with 2. And it appears that Taylor Jones has 10 points here at the half. So
And I believe the sideboard agrees with you.
Yes, they do. Rebounding, I didn't have time to keep rebounds for Indian Creek, but for the Generals, rebounds are spread out. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 rebounds right now. Jamison Stinson has 3, leads us with 3. So, but they have pulled Faith on the defensive end, with Jones playing a lot of time in that elbow spot, has pulled Faith away from the basket where she collects a lot of her rebounds. So,
right, and the Generals seem to be fine. If Jones wants to play from the foul line extended, she wants to play foul line up, it seems like Sheridan's going to live with that.
Yeah.
They have Faith sitting back. If Jones is out a little above the three-point line,
Faith's
still
across
inside.
the free throw line.
Right. So that looks like Sheridan is fine there. Foul trouble-wise, really the only girl with any sort of foul trouble was Conrad, and she has 2.
Yeah, there were 7 fouls called, 4 on Sheridan, 3 on the Redskins in the first half. Conrad's the only one with 2. So fouls have not been an issue up to this point.
Looks like Indian Creek's coming back on the court with about 4 minutes left in the half. Interesting of note, the locker rooms here at Zanesville are down in the basement. They are not near the court. So what Zanesville High School does is they actually give the teams a locker room, as Sheridan also comes back out on the court now. They give the teams a locker room to put a classroom to put their stuff in to use as a locker room at halftime instead of having them make the 2-minute walk down to the 3-minute walk down to the other one.
It's a long walk. You go down a couple flights of stairs, clear across the building to get to the locker room. So, again, as you said, I remember when I was here a few years ago, when I was on the staff, we had a classroom on this floor that you could go to at halftime to make your adjustments and everything, which is nice because it is a long hike.
It is. They would use a majority of your halftime to get there. And I remember the first year we came up here, it just happened to be coincidence, but the classroom we used as a locker room was actually the classroom of Coach Walters' friend from Muskegon, which was just funny coincidence. Sheridan, Indian Creek back out there, 3 minutes left at half. What do you think Sheridan needs to change, or do they need to change anything going into the second half?
I wouldn't change anything right now. You are on a roll. Basically, after that 9-3 start, you're on a 24-10 run right now. So, the one thing I could see Coach wanting to see more of is let's hit the boards a little bit harder. We didn't get very many offensive rebounds in that first half. I think 5. Hit the boards a little bit harder. Continue to play good defense. Let's stay out of foul trouble and finish it.
On the Indian Creek side, started out great. Like we mentioned, you were up 9-3. Sheridan was missing shots. And then towards the end of that first quarter, Sheridan's offense came to life. And as Sean just mentioned, 24-10 run. And so on the Indian Creek side, what do you have to do on defense? I think now you kind of have – do you continue to double Faith in the post where she's 1 for 7? Or do you start and hope just that the shooters of Sheridan start to miss?
Yeah.
Or do you start to play out on the perimeter and think, well, maybe we're in Faith's head. We can go ahead and start guarding on the perimeter.
It's one of those double-edged swords. I mean, we've talked about it all year. If you double down on Faith, one of the Sheridan shooters is going to come open. And it was really shown in that last game when Jamison hit, I don't know how many of her threes were from the same corner where Faith was on the block. And that's just what you do. You put a shooter on the same side Faith is and say, pick your poison. And put the 2 Stinsons on the same side, and you're going to have to pick one. And right now, I don't know. I mean, they're going to have to pick up if this lead continues or Sheridan stretches it much more, but going into the end of this quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, then you're really going to have to think about changing what you're doing and try to pick up a little more pressure. right now, if they're happy with holding Faith to 2 and playing the way they are and can keep it within striking distance, that may be what he chooses to do.
It'll be Indian Creek ball to start the second half. Sheridan and the Road Whites, Indian Creek in the home, or the Road Reds, Indian Creek in the home whites. I'm just not used to seeing Sheridan in a road uniform. And if Travis shows the scoreboard, when he does, Indian Creek will be the Blue Devils and Sheridan will be the guest. Kiger has it for the Redskins, guarded by Beckstead. That was the matchup all first half on defense. And it looked like Indian Creek tried to throw a little ripple in that. Beckstead got right on. Wait. Kiger, a fading shot, banks it in. And that's one you'll live with. The lead's back down to 6, though.
Again,
that's Kiger's first point.
Another challenged shot.
Jamison Stinson. Well, she had it. And now they try to throw it into Faith. A bad pass somehow got through where Faith Stinson kicks it back out. And Beckstead's going to drive in. Beckstead's going to lay it back in. 29-21.
When she can get that corner and get around you, she is very difficult to guard.
Jones gets double teamed there. And pass tipped, but somehow grabbed. And then Taylor has the ball knocked loose where Dupler comes up with it. Beckstead feeding it ahead to Stinson. Jamison Stinson, 3 on the way. Bang! Give her 5 on the evening. Make it 32-21.
Great find. Great job just leaking out, getting up court when that shot went up. And good find to find her open for the bucket.
Mackenzie Taylor lays it in as somehow Indian Creek got on a 3-on-1. I believe Faith Stinson fell to the ground.
I missed exactly what happened there.
And it looks like Indian Creek's going to live with leaving the shooters open as Conrad, corner 3, drains it in! You can't live with that for much longer.
No.
The lead, 35-23. And that pass almost picked off, but Indian Creek now comes ahead with it. And that shot into Stinson by Copeland. Ball on the ground, kicks back out to Kiger. Kiger drains it, and that's a 2. They said that her foot was on the line. That is a 2, 35-26. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. Beckstead goes driving in. Beckstead from the block, misses the shot. Grabbed by Taylor. Clark bringing it ahead for Indian Creek. They leave it for Copeland in the paint. Taylor trying to shoot over Dupler, and then a foul called as Jones got the rebound, and I don't know, I didn't see who the foul's on. It looks like he might call this on Faith. Nope, he's going to call it on Beckstead. That is her second. Her second, team first of the second half, and that sends Jones to the line. She's 2 for 2 on the evening, shoots 81% from the season.
Scored 137 points from the line this year.
Missed the first one. That's 34% of her points from coming up into this season. Jones just missed her first one. Second one is good. She's 3 for 4. Lead down to 9 now. Jamison Stinson has it for the Generals. As they're in their offense, they throw it to Jamison Stinson. Another deep 3, and this one left short. Kiger grabs it. Where she leaves it for Clark. Clark bring it ahead where Conrad's guarding her. They get it to Taylor. Now she throws it over to Kiger. Nice screen there by Taylor. Kiger gets the open shot and airballs it. Jamison Stinson gets the rebound, and she'll come ahead. She gets it to Conrad. Conrad trying to get it into Stinson. Now they get it to Dupler. Dupler drives in, has the ball knocked loose, gets it back, now throws a pass that almost picked off, but somehow Dupler got it back. Beckstead, a nice little behind-the-back move. And the ball got knocked loose, and then I believe that was tipped. Oh, my. That was tipped off of Sheridan, they're going to say. And Coach Walters looking at the other officials to help the baseline official, but to no avail.
Yeah, she didn't see. She was watching Bailey laying on her back and not watching where the ball was coming from. I don't know how she could make that call without asking for help.
Kiger to inbound it. Sheridan in a man press. And again, a man press, but really a token press when it comes to Jones. They're leaving her wide open and letting her bring it up. And now they'll go to double team her. Kiger got a little bit lost, almost hit a step back there, but decided to keep going with it. And a nice job by Robinette to preventing Copeland to getting that ball, but she was able to save it. They get it in to Jones. Jones trying to go over Stinson, lost her footing. Rebound grab by Faye Stinson. Now Sheridan's got a 5-on-2 the other way. Faye Stinson bringing it in, kicks it out. Conrad, 3. Air ball, nice pass. Grace Conrad to Jamison Stinson. That's not an assist, but I'll just make Grace feel a little better. 37-26, and a foul called on Jamison Stinson there as Abby Starkey went past her. That is Jamison's first.
A long way from the basket there.
And Starkey checks out in favor of Taylor. And I think Sheridan was about to sub in Kinsey Miller, but pulled her back at the last second as Kiger inbounds it to Jones. Jones bringing it ahead. Jones trying to go past Faye Stinson. She made a nice move, missed the shot where Faye Stinson gets the rebound. Faye Stinson, she can bring it up, and she is. She made a nice pass between the legs. Robinette missed the shot. Faye Stinson got the rebound and lays it in. 39-26. The lead is 13. Largest lead of the night for either side.
That looked like a point guard bringing it up and making that pass.
There's a reason she should be a Division I athlete and has Division I
yes, there
offers.
Is.
Copeland drives in on Jamison Stinson where she lays it up and in. And a timeout by Indian Creek, a full timeout, as a lead back to 11. 39-28. Your home, car, and business are important investments that need protection. Have you thought about your insurance coverage lately? Locally owned and operated Wickard Insurance can help you protect what's important to you. Conveniently located on Columbus Street in Somerset, our staff is happy to help you with all your home, auto, life, and insurance needs. Is that Simon Conrad riding the wave there?
I think it is. I was trying with the masks. It's hard to tell. That's too small to be Simon.
It is. I don't know who it is, though. But anyway, that was impressive.
That was.
Haven't seen a high school player surf the crowd.
No.
Or a high school kid. Interesting. 39-28 the score. 3:37 left. Sheridan coming back out. I believe they'll have possession. I believe it was just after a made basket by Indian Creek.
Yes, it was.
And if you're Indian Creek here, are you talking about pressuring? Or do you switch to that maybe 1-2-2 trap?
Yeah, they only did the 1-2-2 trap the first possession of the game and haven't got back into it. Yeah. They're going to have to do something to change things up here soon.
They started out like they were going to press and then dropped it back, and they're going to pick up Beckstead about half court with Clark. Clark guarding Beckstead, and now they leave Robinette wide open for 3. She thought about shooting it, but instead going to give it into Faye Stinson, who gets blocked. A nice block there by Jones.
Yes,
Stinson got the rebound. Stinson going to go back in for another one and gets fouled by Jones. And that'll be Jones' second. And I believe one of the Sheridan fans just got a warning from the official. Her second, team first. I believe that's what took so long on the call there. Faye Stinson will shoot 2. She shoots 62% on the season. And first one hits off about every part of the rim and in, and the lead is now 12. Just her 5th point. Second one on the way. That one's rimmed, or off the rim, and grabbed by Kiger. She's 1 for 2. Beckstead. She was absolutely locked down Kiger to this point in the game. She's only got 4 points. They get it in over the head of Taylor, and Sheridan will let that one go out of play, and it'll be Sheridan possession.
And again, no press here coming from the Redskins. So let's see if they do anything different defensively. No, still on man.
And Sheridan, again, they're fronting Faye Stinson. Sheridan's getting in there, and this time they draw a foul on Taylor. That should be her second. And it is on Taylor. Her second, team second of the half, and Faye Stinson goes to shoot 2 more. She went 1 for 2 just 10 seconds ago, 20 seconds ago. First one missed. Maker now 1 for 3 as Grace Conrad checks in for Bailey Beckstead. And that's a luxury Sheridan has. We can go from one girl locking down Kiger with Beckstead
to another lockdown defender.
Yeah, Conrad locking her down. And Faye Stinson makes the fourth one to make her fourth foul shot of the evening. Kiger throws it in to Jones. The score is 41-28. Copeland has the ball. And they're trying to get
Great
it.
Job
Kiger,
by
Grace Conrad gets in there, draws the jump ball, and it'll be Sheridan possession.
Yeah, she just wasn't letting Kiger get the ball. I mean, she was great job of defending her there, keeping an arm in front. Was not going to let her get the ball, even coming off of that handoff.
And now Conrad will bring it up for the Generals. And they missed on the screen, but they drive in and get it to Jamison Stinson, who sidesteps, throws it into her sister Faith. Faith, oh my, a reach-in called there on Clark, it should be, as the ball was knocked out of possession. And that is on, yes, Haley Clark, her first, team third. 41-28, Faith Stinson has shot free throws each of the last 3 times down the the court now. Makes that one. Makes her 3, 4, 5. And the next one hits off every part of the rim and falls. Make her 3 for 6 now. And the lead is 42-28. And Clark goes driving in where a foul called on Miller as she had her hand on the hip the whole way down the court.
She did.
So that's Kinsey Miller's first, team third. And Kiger will inbound it on the baseline for Indian Creek. And they get it in to Taylor. Now it's Jones that has it. Jones trying to go in through Faith. Faith falls down, and I believe that is going to be what's called there as Faith fell down. I think she may have got a piece.
Yeah, I think she just kind of grabbed a hold of her as she was falling.
Yeah, so that's Faith's second, team fourth. And Jones is at the foul line. She is 3 for 4 on the season, or the evening. First one off the front of the rim, rolls up and in. Lead back down to 13. Beckstead checking back in for Robinette. Jones. Second foul shot falls out, and this one tipped out of play. And they're going to say Sheridan, off of Sheridan, Indian Creek possession there. Kiger to inbound it, and they got Stinson right on the inbounder. Pass was tipped, but somehow it still got to Taylor. Now back to Kiger. And Clark thought about shooting it, then dribbled in, gave it up to Copeland, and that's a bucket there by Jones. So a 3-point possession, really, for Indian Creek. Lead is 42-31.
Good challenge shot there. That was just another good offensive possession by Jones.
Sheridan gets it into Stinson. Stinson lays it up, lays it in. 44-31, and Stinson starting to come to life here.
Starting to get to life. She's got the line a few times here lately, and now makes that bunny there. We'll see what she does on the other side. Gets
Clark
a rebound.
Left it short on the shot, and then Stinson got the rebound from the ground. Beckstead pushing it ahead. Beckstead leaves it for Jamison Stinson. 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim. Grabbed by Grace Conrad. Conrad's going to shoot. That's swatted by Kiger. Just Kiger's 7th block of the season. Now Clark has it for 3. That one off the side of the rim, tipped out of play, and it will be off of Sheridan. And I'll tell you what, that was a great call by the coaches of Indian Creek and that student section, because before that official could think, they told him what the call was.
They told him exactly what it was.
Not saying it was the wrong call, but it was a great call there by that. Clark inbounds it to Kiger. Kiger has to give it up now. And now they get it over to, I believe, Clark, who leaves it there for Hall. Hall missed the shot, rebounded by Kinsey Miller. Miller brings it out, gives it up to Beckstead. Beckstead pushing it ahead, where she'll try to drive in, has the ball knocked off of her from Hall and out of play. Hall got a piece of it, knocked it up, and I believe it hit off of Beckstead's face, shoulder, elbow, and then out of play. Kiger to inbound it for Indian Creek, who trail 13 here with 53 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Clark guarded by Miller. Now they're going to double team. That pass tipped, but Clark got it back. Sheridan going to have to scramble now. 3-on-2. Miller gets back. Somehow the pass still went right by her head and into Taylor, who laid it up and in. And it is 33-44. Sorry, they gave the points to the wrong team on the scoreboard. Sheridan running the offense with 25 seconds left. They get it into Faith. Faith lays it up, lays it in, and give her 11 on the evening. She had 2 coming into the quarter. 46-33 the score now.
I thought she got that pass a little deep. I didn't know if she'd be able to get the shot off.
Jones has that ripped away from Jamison Stinson. Sheridan with 9 seconds left. 5 now. And they get it to Faith. Faith, just a desperation 3 off the front of the rim. I don't think she knew how much time was left. Sheridan's still not playing defense, but that's okay because Indian Creek had no clue what time was left.
No.
So a 46-33 lead for Sheridan at the end of the third.
A little more offense that quarter than we had seen in the first half. It was a 19-14 quarter, won by the Generals to extend their lead by another 5 points. But the pace picked up a little bit there, which is one of the things Creek had to do. When you're down by that much, you have to pick up the pace and try to get some stops and get some easy buckets on the other end. They got the pace picked up. The stops didn't follow yet.
The stops did not come along, and they allowed Faith Stinson to get 9 points in that quarter. Come to life really there. She averages 19 and a half points per game.
Yeah, so
pretty solid effort. And she's still got a whole nother. She's already Sheridan's leading scorer in a season.
Yes.
She's already got a whole nother season to play.
Yeah. And
so
now
she could
30
really
points from 1,000 in her career, I believe, with 11 tonight.
Yes, that is correct. And, I mean, right now she would be on pace to easily break Kendall Mick's all-time scoring record of 1,296.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got to stay healthy through all that.
Got to stay healthy, obviously, but
Indian Creek ball to begin the fourth quarter, down 13 to the Generals, and the Generals are not taking this lead lightly.
No.
They know last year they were in this same situation. They were up 9 with, I believe, 3 minutes left to Tri-Valley and lost.
Yeah.
So they know they still got to keep up the pressure, keep up the intensity. As Copeland has it on the foul line, they try to get to Kiger. Kiger shot over Stinson, and Jamison Stinson picks up the foul there as she went up to block it, got a piece of Kiger's hand, and made that shot fall at maybe the block.
Yeah. They're running Kiger all over the floor through 2-3 screens, trying to free her up to get a shot because they know they need some three-point shots now in this quarter to bring them back into the game, and they're doing everything they can to shake her free.
Kiger makes the first one off the front of the rim, makes it 46-33. And Conrad checked in for the Generals as well as, I believe, Dupler. Kiger shooting 82% as well on the season. Makes both of them and is 2 for 2. 46-35 now the score. Beckstead bringing it ahead, and
now we'll
Indian Creek is in that 1-2-2 trap. Sheridan breaks that fairly easy, and they get it back. And they left Jamison Stinson open. And now, as a result, Faith Stinson had one girl guarding her on the block. She lays it up. She lays it in. And it's 48-35 now. Jones bringing it ahead, where she has to stop, turn around, and try to give it to someone else. And she will to Copeland. Copeland almost has that taken away from her. Instead, feeds it into Taylor. And now back out to Copeland off the side of the rim, grabbed by Faith Stinson. And Beckstead will bring it ahead. A minute gone in the fourth quarter. They leave it for Jamison Stinson, who gets it over to her sister Faith. That pass tipped, hit off the official, and then went out of play, and then he signaled. There we go. Okay, there he signaled the wrong way.
He just got turned around when he was trying to avoid the basketball. So Sheridan fans quickly corrected him.
It'll be a Sheridan side out there on the far side. They try to get it into Faith. She will get it, and she will lay it in on the opposite block over 2 people.
Just a nice long lob pass to get her on that backside block for an easy layup.
15-point lead, and Indian Creek bringing it ahead. Hall shoots, and she's fouled by Dupler.
I believe that's her first.
And it is on Dupler. Her first, team 6, and that sends Kinsey Hall to the line, where she shoots 45% on the season, 1 for 2 in the first half of this game. And Indian Creek needs points any way they can get them. Right now they are down 15, 6:44 remaining. Taylor makes the first one. Taylor's second shot on the way. Drained it as well. Make her 3 for 4. And the lead is back to 13, 6:41 remaining. Beckstead bring it ahead. Now Sheridan going to swing it around, as Indian Creek's not even going to guard Abby Dupler at any point in time. Conrad
They're just
trying to drive
her
in.
Move wherever she wants right now.
They get it to Beckstead. Beckstead gets it to Dupler. Dupler kicks it right back out. Beckstead now trying to drive in, and they'll get it over to Conrad on a driving kick, and Sheridan's going to pull it out. 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And if Indian Creek's not going to pressure you, and if you don't have an open shot.
Yeah, don't take it.
Right. Jamison Simpson tripped into the paint, but did not get a foul there. And then, Beckstead hits a 3, give her 13 on the evening, and push the lead to 16. For a minute there, I thought it was Grace Conrad.
Yeah, nope.
And then that was Clark that air-banked that. Grabbed by Faith Stinson, and Faith Stinson says, I'm going to bring it up myself. Sheridan up 16, 5:34 remaining. And Jamison Stinson, a dangerous pass. Faith still comes down with it, though.
And I like Sheridan's patience right now. If they don't have a wide-open shot, they're going to settle for pulling it back out and running some more time off the clock.
What was that said as Bailey Beckstead goes driving in and gets a foul called there?
I started saying
24.
it when it was true.
That is on Clark. It's still true, but it just happened to be at that point in time as you said it. She said, I'm going to make Sean look dumb here.
Doesn't take much usually.
Beckstead misses the first one. Lead remains 16, 5:18 remaining in the game. Makes the second. Make her 3 for 4 on the evening. And Jones brings it ahead for the Redskins. She tries to shoot over Stinson, and that is too strong. It misses the rim completely and grabbed by Dupler, where Beckstead will bring it ahead. Beckstead. Well, she acted like she was going to drive in and then kicked it back out, as we are 5 minutes away from a final score. Abby Dupler just going to hold it at the three-point line, saying, hey, no one's going to come guard me. I'll hold the ball in my hand.
Run a few more ticks off the clock. Here they go.
Now they get into Faith. Triple teamed, lays it up. Missed the shot off the front of the rim. Grabbed by Jones. Kiger bringing it ahead. 3 versus 3 battle between Kiger and Beckstead, and I'd say Beckstead's won it to this point. Steal there, and Jamison Stinson in a foot race with Kiger. Jamison Stinson lays it up, and she hit that straight off the backboard and missed it. Jones bringing it ahead, and you could hear Walter saying, we didn't need to score there. Slow it down, as Sheridan has a 54-37 lead midway through the fourth quarter.
But it's hard to pass up a layup when there's nobody in front of you.
And a timeout called by Indian Creek, as they were all out of sorts. There was no urgency there. They just got away with the travel from Copeland. Yeah. And at this point, I believe Indian Creek has 2 timeouts remaining. Sheridan still has all 4. Sheridan has dominated since that 9-3 lead.
Yeah, they have. It's been completely different game from that 9-3 start.
52 to, I believe, a 17 run.
Yeah.
To this point. Or a 51, rather. Sorry.
Yeah, 51 to 26, maybe. 28. But still, it's been a great run. The offense have picked up. Stinson's now closing in on another double-double. I have her unofficially with 8 rebounds to go along with her 15 points.
She has had 18 this season, double-doubles.
How many was it in a row? Was it?
She is currently has 14 consecutive games with a double-double.
That's what I thought so. I knew it was 13 or 14. I couldn't remember which one.
Kiger to inbound it on the baseline. for Indian Creek, and Kinsey Miller at the scores table, but she has to check in after the next dead ball because no time had run off since the teams had come back out for the timeout. They try to get it to Hall. Jamison Stinson was right there, watched the inbounder the whole way, knew that pass was coming, and now Kinsey Miller checks in for Jamison Stinson.
That's kind of like one of those quarterbacks looking down the receiver the whole time. Jamison just sat back and waited on it.
Again, Kiger to inbound it. Different setup this time from Indian Creek. And they get it into Copeland, who shoots a mid-range jumper, and that flat shot went over the front of the rim, but somehow went under the back of the rim there to go in. Beckstead brings it ahead and has that tipped out of her hand, but then it's thrown away by Clark. So it'll be Sheridan ball on the baseline, 54-39. Just 2 ticks under 4 minutes remaining. Beckstead inbounds it to face Stinson. They fake the handoff. Stinson goes driving in, now has to pull it back out. And that ball taken away by Taylor. Taylor
did
gets
the
it to
mistake. Don't just set the ball on top of your head and hold it there. It's something bad will happen anytime somebody puts the ball on top of their head.
Jones trying to drive in on Stinson. Kinsey Miller comes in with a sweep, and then it's rebounded by Faith Stinson. Or not rebounded, by taken up by Faith Stinson. A dangerous pass that was luckily not made. They still get it over to Beckstead, though. Dupler's got it, and again, no one guards her. So she held it there for a second before seeing Grace Conrad was wide open. Now Abby Dupler gets double-teamed, and it's taken away by Clark. Clark with...
That's got to be a carry.
Unless she just bounced it really hard and kept it over as it went over the head of either Miller or Beckstead, but Jamison Stinson checks back in.
Strange-looking play there.
And Kiger to inbound it on the baseline. 3:12 remaining. Sheridan up 16. They get it into Taylor. And Kiger now, mid-range jumper over Stinson. Got it. Give her, I believe, now 8 on the evening, and a timeout called by Sheridan. Full timeout, 54-41. Sheridan with the lead with 3:02. But again, Walter's not taking chances. He knows teams can come back in situations like this. Whether you want a part-time job or a way to pay for college, the Ohio Army National Guard can help you pave the road to success. Learn more about the Ohio Guard's 100% tuition scholarship program or paid job training in more than 150 career fields by visiting nationalguard.com/Ohio or text Sergeant Dustin DeLong 419-651-4587. Winner of this game goes on to face the winner of Tri-Valley in Vinton County on Friday night at, is that 7 or 8 o'clock?
I believe it's 7.
7 o'clock for a trip to the state Final Four. That game will be broadcasted on Storied Rivals. The game right after this one will be broadcast on Storied Rivals. If the fans of the winning team want to watch that one, I believe it is a $10 fee.
I believe so.
It's 8 or 10.
Yeah.
As of right now, it looks like Sean and myself might be able to come back to Windlam Gymnasium Friday. Mike Rodich, Travis, and myself will be at Waverly Thursday for the Boys District semifinal game. That game starts at 7 in Waverly. Sheridan trying to go deep to Beckstead. There's the quarterback pass. Beckstead comes down with it, muscles her way, shoots a shot.
Travel.
And she called a travel. Yeah, I could see that one being called.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been called a foul, could have been called a travel. It was one of those ones.
I think that job there by Beckstead to box out and come down with that pass would make her boyfriend, Landon Russell,
yes, it would.
Very proud. The wide receiver.
Landon Russell getting another mention on the broadcast. It's not like he doesn't get enough on the
boys' side.
On the boys' side, but yes.
Kiger now has it. Down 13. They get it into Jones. Jones shot, and she gets fouled. I believe that's going to be on Faith. That'll be her third if it is. And it is. Her third, team 7th. So Jones will shoot 2, where she's 4 for 6 on the evening. Abby Dupler at the scores table to check in after the first shot for the Generals. Jones's free throw. Break. And Dupler will check in for Miller. And that will Give Sheridan, I think, a defensive purpose there.
Yes,
to match up
definitely.
with Taylor. Jones swishes the second one. Make her now 5 for 8. And Beckstead will bring it ahead. Sheridan up 12, 2:40 left. This game's still far from over. A lot of time left.
There's a lot of time left in this game.
However, it will be over if they keep giving Stinson shots like that, except she misses that one. 54-42. Kiger bringing it ahead. Guarded by Conrad. Kiger driving in. They leave it there for Clark. They're trying to get it into Taylor. Dupler did a real nice job there as Jones goes in. And a shot through Stinson, grabbed, and then a foul called on Jones. That will be her third if it is indeed on her, 90 feet from the basket. Her third, team fifth. And that's a foul I think you're okay with.
Yeah, you're okay.
Maybe you don't want Jones to have 3.
Yeah, we don't want her to get her third, but she saw an opportunity to get a rebound right under their own basket and go back up with it. And
plus, at this point in time, you got to start thinking about when do you foul, and that gets you one more closer to being
yes, it does.
Putting Sheridan in the bonus. Conrad, nice little start and stop there since Clark flying. And now Sheridan going to swing it around, and you can hear Coach F yelling, pressure, 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 as they're down to 2 minutes left, and they're down 12. At what point do you start fouling here, Rock?
It's got to be soon.
And Abby Dupler threw it over the head of Stinson. She tracked it down, and then Stinson pulled it back out. They get it into Dupler. Dupler kicks it out to Jamison Stinson, and I think you need to start fouling now.
Yeah, you have
You're
to
down
now.
12, and you cannot wait.
There
it
is.
That'll be Kiger's second.
Senior Kiger stepped up and fouled, which they needed. They had to.
One more away from the bonus, and Sheridan and Abby Dupler will inbound it right in front of that far scores table.
Yeah. Go for the steal here.
They get into Beckstead, and I'm assuming after she gets after half court, an offensive foul called by Bailey Beckstead.
Yeah.
So you don't need to foul when Sheridan's going to foul for you.
No.
Her third, team 8th, and that will put an Indian Creek ball on Haley Clark to inbound it.
Minute 31 left remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Indian Creek needs a miracle right
Yes, they
now.
do.
And Kiger trying to create some separation with the screen there from Taylor. 3 on the way, blocked by Conrad. Jamison Stinson gets the rebound. Stinson will slow it down where Copeland will pick her up at half court, and then she'll give it to Beckstead. And Indian Creek still not fouling with 70 seconds remaining in the game. Beckstead's got it. And Beckstead now finally, I think the official called the foul after she heard Coach F yelling,
yes.
Foul, foul, foul. And finally there was some form of contact.
Yeah, there was contact 5 seconds before that too, but she waited a while to blow her whistle there, and now Beckstead's on the line.
That's Clark's third, team 7th. So Beckstead's first is missed, and she will now go 3 for 5. Kiger bringing it ahead. 60 seconds left. Kiger long 2. Rattles in. Timeout by F, and Indian Creek leads down to 10. 55 seconds left. At this point, if you're Coach Walters, you're just going over press break here, right?
Yeah, press break. Get down, make sure we get in our stall offense once we get the press broken down. Defensively, he's just telling them to, let's not stop the clock defensively with fouls. Let's not put them on the line and let them, shorten that lead with no time running off the clock.
All right, at this point, you're saying exactly that. Only wide open layups.
Yeah.
No fouls on the defensive end.
Yeah, don't let them cut into the lead without any, when no time runs off the clock, meaning don't put them on the line.
Indian Creek now comes out in a man press. As Sheridan has the ball on the baseline, they can run the baseline, and they have Conrad and Beckstead up to get the ball.
They're going to double whoever gets the ball immediately.
And a timeout by Walters.
Yeah, Jones was just staying back behind the
30-second timeout.
3-point arc, ready to double whoever got the ball for Sheridan on the inbounds there. So wouldn't be surprised if they stay in that Faith ends up bringing the ball up the court. Get it right back to her. They're going to double whichever guard gets it and let Faith bring it up. It wouldn't surprise me to see that happen.
And I believe Sheridan can still run the baseline because the ball was never put in play.
Yeah, it was never put in play. They should still be able to have the baseline.
Sheridan has 2 timeouts remaining. Indian Creek has 1. Sheridan has the lead 54-44. 54.8 seconds remaining. As of right now, this is the highest scoring offense in Sheridan girls history by 0.6 of a point. But that is in jeopardy tonight as they are 8 points below their average. Beckstead bring it ahead. They get it across half court where Conrad's got it now, down to 45 seconds, and a foul immediately there by Haley Clark. That'll be her 4th, team 8th. And I like not fouling until they get after half court, but I think I like that if there's a minute 45, 2 minutes left. I'm not sure at 45 seconds. Conrad shooting her first foul shot of the evening. She's 64%, makes the first one. And the lead is 11 now. Stinson not in there to rebound. She is out and about the volleyball line, and Conrad leaves the one short. Kiger has that hit off of her hand, but they're going to say Dupler knocked it out of play. So it'll be Indian Creek possession with 43 seconds left.
11-point Generals lead, 40 seconds remaining on the clock.
And that is Clark bringing it ahead. Clark driving in, just let her shoot it, and Beckstead fouls her. 33.7 left. Beckstead, her 4th, I believe. And that will send Clark to the line where she shoots 73%. Sheridan's 9th foul. The lead is currently 11. Kenzie Miller to check in. Clark 1 for 1. The lead is back to 10. 33.7 seconds remaining. Clark, one of 5 seniors on this Indian Creek team, makes them both. Cuts the lead to 9. They get it into Beckstead. Beckstead has to get it across half court. She splits a double team there, and then immediately Kiger fouls. That is her 3rd, and that'll send Beckstead to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Kiger's 3rd, team 9th. Both next fouls, they're all double bonus.
Double bonus from here on out.
As long as they're not offensive.
Yes.
Beckstead 3 for 5 at the line on the evening. Trying to push a 9-point lead back to 10. And she will. Make her 4 for 6. And she can push it back to 11 here. She's got 14 on the evening. And the next one rims in and out. Make her 4 for 7. And that'll be Clark to bring it ahead. Clark just going to drive in. Let her shoot that. That's a layup with 21 seconds left. That pushes the lead back to 8. That's fine.
Yeah.
And Indian Creek is now out of timeouts.
But you have to call the timeout there. You have to set up your press. You got to get the clock stopped. He's got to talking about fouling immediately now, and Coach Walters is just making sure we have press breaker set up, know who's going to be in what spots.
If you're Indian Creek, do you talk about now after a made basket throwing the ball into the stands, getting that delay a game warning to stop the clock?
Yeah,
is that something that's on the mind right now?
Everything at your disposal right now.
If they make another bucket because they have not gotten the warning, they can throw the ball into the crowd. It'll stop the clock. They get the warning. Now the next time it'd be a technical.
Yes, but they have one. I mean, that is everything's out there now. This is a team that has not been here before. A senior-laden team. You got to pull out all stops at this point.
Sheridan has an 8-point lead, 56-48, 21 seconds remaining. Faith Stinson to inbound it. She can run the baseline, and it looks like Indian Creek, is going to just go ahead and double-team Beckstead. Jamison Stinson comes up, and they did not get her the ball. Now they throw it right to Jones, who makes the bucket. 17 seconds left. Now they get it into Jamison Stinson, and you got a foul. Yeah, there you go. They let too much time go. I believe about 3 seconds after Stinson had inbounded the ball, and Jamison Stinson will go to shoot 2. As that foul is on Copeland. So I guess that's perfectly how you drew it up. Faith Stinson throws the ball right to Taylor Jones, who lays it up and in, and the lead's down to 6. Jamison Stinson makes the first one. I believe her first foul shots of the evening.
It is.
She shoots, well, she was 18 of 28 coming into this game. I don't keep percentages unless they're over 30 foul shot attempts.
She doesn't get a lot of foul shot attempts because she shoots
1 for 1
from beyond the arc. She doesn't take it to the basket very often.
10 seconds left now. 9, 8. Taylor driving in. Taylor lays it up off the glass, rebounded by Faith Stinson, and that will do it. 3, 2, 1. And for the third time in 4 years, the Generals are headed to the regional final. They await the winner of Tri-Valley or Benton County. Indian Creek falls to 19-4 on the season. They lose 57-50, clawed their way back into it after being down 12 going into the fourth quarter. Sheridan really, outside the first 2 minutes of the game, in the last 2 minutes of the game, dominated.
Yeah,